What's up, guys? It's Nick Johnson, your favorite YouTube sports journalist here, back with another video. And I'm going to delve into Game 4 of the World Series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Dodgers. So before we get into it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell icon button where you get my daily notification updates of my videos in the upcoming future. And let's get into it. I just got through watching Game 4 of the World Series between the Rays and the Dodgers. And it was an incredible game in which the Rays were able to come back and walk it off with an 8-7 win to tie the World Series up at 2 games apiece, with Game 5 set for tomorrow, with Tyler Glasnow for the Rays going opposite of Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. A pivotal Game 5 to see who will be facing elimination once again this postseason. And there will be a Game 6 on Tuesday night. So after Game 5, both teams will have a day off on Monday and resume action on Tuesday. So whoever has won Game 5 will have the advantage to force their team against the wall with a Game 5 win and potentially clinch a series in Game 6. Or we'll see a winner-take-all Game 7 on Wednesday night. So be sure to check those out. But let's recap. Dodgers got off strong with a 2-0 lead on solo homers from Justin Turner and Corey Seager in the first couple innings, before the Rays got on the board with a solo home run from Randy Arozarena with his solo home run to become the new leader in franchise postseason home runs with 9. A new MLB postseason record with 9 home runs in a single playoff year, therefore surpassing Barry Bonds, Carlos Beltran, Nelson Cruz, and even Corey Seager, who with his home run in the earlier innings that I just mentioned, joined that company along with Arozarena. But Arozarena broke that mark, and he's been really spectacular. He had an amazing night, going 3 for 4 with a walk, and of course a homer, a couple RBIs, and not to mention scoring the winning run to help the Rays walk it off. And of course the Dodgers would get some insurance from there on an RBI single from Max Muncy. Single from Max Muncy before he got himself out after being bear hugged literally throughout the whole time by Rays second baseman Brandon Lau. And then the Rays would further add on to that with a solo shot from Hunter Renfroe to get back to within 1. And you follow that up with a 2-run RBI single from Jock Peterson. And then Cody Bellinger got himself out after trying to reach third. And it was reported that Bellinger missed the rest of the game due to problems dealing with his back, so he wasn't able to finish the rest of the game. So hence the reason why Jock Peterson and Chris Taylor shifted into the outfield more. And for Taylor, we're going to get to him later on. Before the Rays once again stormed back and proved to us exactly why they deserve to be here by taking their first lead of the game on the 3-run home run from Brandon Lau to take a 5-4 lead, their first lead of the night, with Lau's 3rd home run of this series. He's having a great series as well, despite struggling. He showed up in big-time moments for this club when they needed him the most, and he did deliver. Before the Dodgers retook the lead once again, which I believe was a 2-run RBI single from Jock Peterson. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was a... We'll come back to that. So I may have made a mistake right there, but the 2-run RBI single from Peterson was what gave him a 6-5 lead. Once more to retake that lead by 1 run before in the bottom of the 6th or 7th is when Kevin Kiermaier once again tied it up for the Rays with a solo shot the opposite way. And Kiermaier, one of the most underrated outfielders in the league, who was snubbed of being a finalist for this year's American League Gold Glove Award winners, and made his case known. And he's one of the best outfielders and defensive outfielders in the game that we all know it. And I don't know how he got snubbed out of that one, but that's a story for another time. Of course, the Dodgers would retake the lead again later on in the top of the 8th on an RBI single with 2 outs from Corey Seager. who had a brilliant night, going 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and scoring 3 runs. Justin Turner had a good night as well, 4 or 5 with a home run and an RBI and scoring 2 runs. So both of those guys for the Dodgers had really big nights. But and the bullpen for the rest of the way, despite mishaps from Pedro Baez, giving up homers and whatnot, was able to keep tight the rest of the way until the bottom of the ninth when Kenley Jansen came in for the save, got the first man out, gave up a base hit to Kevin Kiermaier with his bat broken, and walked and had Joey Wendell on base, I believe. And walked Randy Arozarena. Or rather, struck out Wendell and then walked Randy Arozarena with 2 outs, who had an unbelievable night, like I just said. And then you're faced up with a young Brett Phillips. And arguably what was the biggest hit of his life. He delivered with a base hit into the outfield, which Taylor was going to field cleanly, just allowing Kiermaier to score from second. But instead, he misplayed the ball and tossed it straight into the infield, where Muncy made the throw to home plate to Will Smith, who was the catcher for tonight's game. But unfortunately, Smith lost the ball because he was trying to figure out where the runner was, and because of that blunder enabled Arozarena, who tripped on his way to third, was aiming to go back knowing that he was going to be out, then came in with the easy slide at home plate, and the Rays were able to walk it off with an 8-7 win. It was an incredible game throughout, but then again, these types of blunders always happen to the Dodgers for the last several seasons, and they just cannot at least put the game away when it matters the most. And this is their problem. With that being said, you now have a 2-2 tie with Game 5 set for tomorrow, and people are looking at you to clean this up as soon as possible. And people are going to look to Kershaw to see how he does. Because we all remember in Game 5 in 2017 against Houston, with the series tied at 2, the Dodgers gave him like a 3-run lead at one point and a 2-run lead. Then he blew both of those and was relieved after like 4 innings of work, I think. Yeah, he had an absolute meltdown in that game. And to add along with his long list of postseason failures. So it'll be interesting to see how Kershaw can counteract with this. To see if he can put the Dodgers ahead to at least have a momentum to put the series away on Tuesday. So the biggest faults are likely going to go at Kenley Jansen for blowing a save and be the losing pitcher in this one. Chris Taylor for mishandling the ball in the outfield. And Will Smith for not even knowing where the ball was. Just completely missed it. And speaking of which, I want to say this to y'all right now. For any Dodger fan out there that is watching this or whatever that they're doing, don't you even think about, for a second, don't you ever think about sending any of those guys some death threats. Because if you do, I don't know how the hell you live with yourself. You had a similar situation like this with Danny Green when he missed what looked like an easy what could have been an easy clutch three-point jump shot in Game 5 of the NBA Finals a couple weeks ago against the Miami Heat. And he missed that, bricked that out on the outside rim. And then Markieff Morris mishandled that, but that's a story for another time. And after the game in which the Heat were able to win by 2 points, or rather 3 points, Laker fans had the audacity to send this man and his fiancée a whole plethora of death threats. I don't know how these people could ever live with themselves doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are disgusting for even doing some shit like that. The guy's a human being, and we all make mistakes. He's human, like the rest of us, and he's just trying to do the best he can to achieve in life, you know? Like each and every single one of us that are struggling to achieve in life, he's doing the same thing. So I say this, if you even think about sending death threats to Chris Taylor, Kenley Jansen, and even Will Smith for what happened on the final play of the game, y'all should be arrested. Y'all should be arrested. because this shit is way too ridiculous for any people to have their emotions run high because of simple blunders that happen in postseason. Yes, it's the World Series, and the Dodgers should be up 3-1 right now instead of having to go in Game 5 tomorrow with a 2-2 tie. I get it. But if you're going to sit there and act like a fool based on what happened on pure raw emotion, you can go to hell for that. I'm serious. Because they're all human beings, just like the rest of us normal average Joes out there trying to make a living. And that's facts. So think about what I just said right now. Anybody that tries to send out death threats to them, y'all should be in jail. Right now. So look back. You still got a whole series to go. You got 3 games left, potentially, and a chance to make things right. So y'all need to chill. Anyways, that's all I have for today, in this video at least. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to hit that bell icon button where you get my notifications on my videos in the upcoming future. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, do you think the Dodgers was blew it or the Rays are just that resilient? Like, let me know what you think in the comments section where we can have a full conversation about this. So, with that being said, I'm Nick Johnson, your favorite sports YouTube journalist, and I'm out. Peace.